Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 1st, 2025, and Javier Tebas has confirmed that he has filed his own precautionary measure to deregister Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. Also, the release clause, more details of the release clause of Ronald Araujo have been revealed. And finally, Barcelona are still interested in Monaco's right back. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin this video with the news that Javier Tebas has confirmed that he has filed his own precautionary measure in order to deregister Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, and he confirmed that in the following interview that he did, stating government intervention does not give a good image, but we have acted as the laws of both fair play and the federation rule. The CSD resolution shows that it does not understand how licenses are given. There's an automated process. With the Olmo case on December 31st, we informed Barca that they have no fair play. They tried to upload Olmo's license, but we told them they can't apply as he doesn't have authorization to have a license. On January 3rd, they had fair play, but then we said you can't because the player has already been deregistered on the 31st and can't have a new license. What does the monitoring commission do? Study how the situation is, because Barca had a written letter but had already had the license denied. There is no more. We have an appeal placed in the CSD. We have asked for a precautionary measure to deregister Olmo, a precautionary measure that annuls the previous precautionary measure. So Tebas confirming that while the CSD rules on the case, he has filed a precautionary measure to cancel the previous precautionary measure, which registered Dani Olmo, which of course begs the question, why is this guy so obsessed with Barcelona? I mean, my guy, you are the president of one of the biggest leagues in the world. I'm pretty sure you have your plate full, but instead he is hell-bent on just making life difficult for Barcelona. And then the funny thing is that in his statement, he says the CSD doesn't seem to understand how the financial fair play works. No, my friend, you don't seem to understand how the legal process works. Because, okay, you say Barcelona didn't have financial fair play on the 31st, but Barcelona are saying that, yes, they did, because they had closed the 100 million euro VIP deal. So that's where the disagreement emerges. And that's why Barcelona has gone to court, because they're saying, yes, we did have financial fair play. You're saying no. So now a court has to decide who is right. While the court is deciding who is right, the court has issued a precautionary measure allowing Olmo and Victor to play, because if Barcelona end up winning their case on April 7th, and the players were not playing that whole time, you cannot pay back those last 3 months to the players. You cannot go back in time and do it. That's why they're allowed to play until then. And if the court rules that La Liga were right, then they get deregistered. And if not, they continue playing. So it's not that the CSD doesn't understand how the financial fair play works. It's you don't understand how the legal process works. And I'm pretty sure Javier Tebas is a lawyer, so maybe it's not that he doesn't understand. Maybe he's just acting stupid, because of course his only obsession is FC Barcelona. He thinks that La Liga is only composed of one club, which is Barcelona, and the other 19 don't exist. Anyways, let's move on to the next bit of news, because Ronald Araujo's release clause. There's been more details about the player's release clause. As you know, Barcelona's captain's contract got extended until 2031. And as you know, one of the conditions that the player wanted was increase in salary and a decrease in a release clause, which would allow him to leave Barcelona in the future in case he decided he no longer wanted to stay. And now there's been more details about this release clause. And it seems it's not really a release clause. It's actually an exit clause, but there's still a release clause in the contract. Now, the release clause itself, they're saying it's around 300 to 400 million euros, where the exit clause is around 65 million euros in the summer, 80 million euros following summer. Now, what's the difference? The difference is a release clause is you pay whatever it is, the contract is terminated automatically, okay? An exit clause it allows you to leave the club, but on certain conditions. So the release clause is 300 to 400 million euros. Anybody who wants to pay it, they can pay that. Contract is canceled, done. The exit clause, this is something that the player would have to activate, and there's certain things, certain conditions that need to be met. Now, what are the conditions? Is that Araujo cannot go to any major European club that competes against Barcelona in the Champions League. What clubs are those? Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Liverpool, those kind of clubs. Now, if there's other big clubs who don't necessarily compete with Barcelona against the Champions League, like Juventus, Chelsea, these are not really, they're big clubs, but they're not really in their best moments. So then Ronald Araujo could activate that clause. And that club would have to pay 65 million euros this summer or 80 next summer. So in other words, Juventus, who are very close to taking Ronald Araujo, could still take him for 65 million euros this summer, but any other big clubs would have to pay his release clause, not exit clause, which is worth 300 or 400 million euros. Hopefully that clarifies it. If not, let me know in the comment section. I will happily answer any of your questions. Now, speaking of defenders, we do have to talk about Jonathan Tah, because it seems that Barcelona are not ruling out bringing in Jonathan Tah, and in fact, they're still insistent on bringing the German center back. Now, as you know, Tah's contract will expire in the summer, so he will officially become a free agent since he's not going to renew with his current club, Bayer Leverkusen. And it was reported that Jonathan Tah wanted to come to Barcelona. Barcelona also want to bring him to the club, but then there was a lot of questions about, is Barcelona still going to want Jonathan Tah after extending the contract of Ronald Araujo? Well, it seems that the answer to that question is yes. Barcelona still want to bring Jonathan Tah. They are still in talks with his agent, Pini Zahabi, and the reason for that is, well, two reasons. Number one is because he will be a free agent, and of course, Barcelona have been trying to sign as many free agents as they can given their financial situation. And the second reason is that Hansi Flick has personally requested the signing of Tah. So even though Araujo has renewed his contract, Barcelona are still going to try to sign him in the summer. So they're still in talks with his agent, Pini Zahabi, who's a very good friend of Jean Laporta, who's also the agent of Hansi Flick, the agent of Robert Lewandowski. So that's definitely a plus in Barcelona's column. Now, speaking of defenders, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona are still after Monaco's right back, Vanderson. Now, Barcelona, as you know from my previous videos, are looking to reinforce three positions, the left wing, the right back, and the left back positions. And for the right back position, Barcelona have been eyeing Vanderson for quite some time, the 23-year-old right back who currently plays in Monaco. And Deco is a big fan of this player. He's been tracking his career for quite some time. Of course, Vanderson arrived in Monaco in January of 2022 from Grêmio. So this is his fourth season in Ligue 1. He has a contract with the Ligue 1 club until 2028. And it's reported that Barcelona will try to see if they can sign him this summer transfer market. Of course, that's going to be very difficult because with a contract until 2028 and with Monaco declaring Vanderson non-transferable, that means they're going to want a lot of money for the player. But nonetheless, Barcelona are still interested in him. They're still tracking his career. We'll see if this interest materializes into an actual signing in the summer, or whether Monaco are going to want, some ridiculous amount that will discourage Barcelona. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video before this one. I'm uploading another one after this one. So 3 videos today. Make sure to watch them all. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.